Right, so now I'm going to demonstrate a trick which is used for plants that come from very hot, dry places, and they won't otherwise germinate under normal circumstances. So things like Rhomnea coulteri, the giant redwood Metacoridendron giganteum, and there's one or two other plants like eucalyptus that always germinate better using this particular trick. So what we're going to do, let's go through what we're not going to do. We're not going to use a plastic pot. We're going to use a clay pot. Okay, we're going to use a clay pot that's just a little bit tatty. It's not the world's best clay pot. It doesn't matter if it's not the world's best clay pot. We're going to put a crock in the bottom, like that, as we always do. We're going to use a soil-based compost. Soil-based compost, and not an organic-based compost like a peat-based compost or any other one of the organic ones. We're not going to use those. We're using a soil-based compost. We're going to fill the pot up like that. We're then going to put a fine layer of grit over the top of the pot. And this is my favourite grit, which is a kind of a clear grit that comes out of the kaolin clays in Cornwall. Put a thin layer of that. Then we're getting the seeds out. And these seeds are for demonstration purposes only. They're not the actual plant that you should be using it for, because I say it's best for Rhomnea and things like that. So you put a layer of seeds over the top of the pot like that. We'll put another fine layer of grit over the top of that, like this. So just a little bit of grit over the top. Okay, like that. Then, and this is why you have to do this outside, we're then going to put a layer of straw over the top of the pot like this. We put straw on the top. So we've got a nice nest of straw on the top of the pot like that. We have a label, but it's a plastic label, so we're not putting it in. We have to wait. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take some matches like this. Here we are. And we're going to set fire to the straw. And we have to be patient. And we have to let the straw burn like this. It's all rather fun. Chuck the match in, why not? And what we're doing here is we're mimicking what happens in nature when there's a landscape full of trees and plants and the seeds fall on the ground. And some of these plants are adapted to living with fire. And the seeds will only germinate after they've been burned. And the burning process, what that does is it allows the escape of a chemical called ethylene. So there's ethylene is coming out of the fire and is going down into the compost. And the other thing is that the burned straw, which I put on the top of this pot, is going to contribute lots and lots of nutrients to the compost, which the seeds need once they have germinated. So we're setting fire to the straw. It's burning away merrily. There we go. Just have to be patient and hope the phone doesn't catch on fire, or I don't catch on fire. And this is why you do it outside. Okay, so that's nearly all burned through. Just a little bit left in the middle. Okay, so it looks like it's going out a bit. So it burns its way out. All the stuff is burned. Once you think most of it's burned, you just have to be patient and let it burn down a bit. And so far we haven't managed to set the phone on fire, or me on fire, or anything else on fire. Okay, that seems to be it pretty much. And then what we'll do then is we'll water that pot, and the watering will then wash all the ash and the ethylene and other chemicals down into the compost that we put there, and that will help the seeds to germinate. And so this trick, as I say, is used for things like Rhomnea, Sequoiadendron giganteum. And if you look at Sequoiadendron giganteum, the giant redwood, there's trees all over this country, but you never find a seedling. And this is why you'll never find a seedling, because they have to be burned to get the benefit. And the same is true for eucalyptus. Okay, there we are. So we just now to water that. Right, so we're now going to water it. So they'll put the last of the flames out. We'll wash the ash down into the pot. You can see it's still quite hot. And only at this point do we then put the label in, like that.